Hi,
Hi. How are you?
you have questions.
Yes. I had a lot of questions. I'm sure you had a lot of questions, but rest assured, we're going to answer them right now.
Oh, hey. All right, good. All right, this works. Hello, and Hero here, something of a virtual YouTuber myself. Today's build is something I kind of made out of impulse. I bought a used case and started cleaning out the dust and hammering out the dents, and I was like, let me throw this in there and throw that in there, and before I knew it, I had built a complete PC out of random low-end parts out of my closet. Really and truly, this build was made out of impulse and the lack of sleep. This combo is relatively low power and will seem familiar to those who have been enthusiasts for a few years. The i5 2500 is paired with a GTX 750 Ti, a very classic combo, and one that some of you might have out there. First off, we'll start off with the GTX 750 Ti, and we'll keep this quick because I have a video on this card ready and you can check it up out there. Launched February 18th, 2014, this bad boy is 9 years old, and by some miracle, Nvidia is still updating drivers for this, since it is part of the Maxwell architecture. The base is 1020 MHz with a boost of 1085 MHz, with a memory clock of 1350 MHz. Most 750 Ti's don't need any supplementary power, but there are some OC versions of the cards that do, so pay attention if you're looking for something to slap into an office PC or a low-end PC. Just like with the review, this particular model is the MSI Twin Frozer, and usually can find these bad boys around the 30 USD mark. 4 cores and 4 threads seem really low for today's standards, and for a long time, it is what most people need for most everyday tasks in gaming. Sandy Bridge really has that longevity going for it, especially for the i7, but today we're going with the i5 2500, sans the K. Launched January 2011, this CPU is considered ancient by tech standards, especially being over 12 years old. The base clock is 3.3 GHz with a turbo 3.7. It's pretty hungry too with a 95 TDP, especially for a 4-core 4-thread chip. Honestly, I'm surprised how well it performed. This is really just a mishmash of stuff I had laying around, and no way do I recommend this build. This PC was literally made out of impulse and a lack of sleep. Like using 3 sticks of RAM and using a PSU you find in the trash. Even if the PSU has proven over time it is safe to use. Like always, we'll do our synthetics real fast. Alright, Cinebench R23. We have the multi-score for 2,488 and a single score of 691. Moving on to 3D Mark, for Firestrike, we get 4,000 ports even. And for Time Spy, we have 1,386. And for those who really want it, PCMark, we get 3,001. And now on to the gaming benchmarks. This time I just simply left it in performance mode, as going for comp isn't worth it in my opinion this time around for Fortnite. Honestly, I am surprised this game ran okay. It isn't the prettiest looking experience, but if you really want to see Cyberpunk story, then you'll be able to do it with this setup. Textures look like mud, well, because that is mud. Anyway, it ran okay. Like most single player and newer games on this list, it's not a looker. Normally I put on high, but I set it to low this time around due to high having a few more stutters than I wanted it to. Low doesn't look too different to my untrained eye for this game, and besides, it was a smoother experience that way. First off, I'm impressed by a combo this old being able to run some games that most people think it wouldn't be able to play. Now, would I recommend this build overall? No, not even when you're sleep deprived. Try to have 2 matching sticks instead of 3 non-matching sticks. Also try to use a power supply not sourced from somebody's trash. I just had this thing lying around. Small detail is the case, and trying to fit an HDMI in. The case gets in the way of the port closest to the right side when you're looking at the back. So once again, I had to grab an adapter that had a slightly smaller casing around the HDMI port. TLDR, don't build this, but the 2500 and GTX 750 Ti is a classic combo. Like always, let me know down below if you have any of these parts or maybe perhaps this particular combo. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm ManHero. Like if you like and dislike if you don't like it, or just hate me. Subscribe if you want to see more. See you next time.
I put the new 4Gs on the G. I trap until the bloody bottoms is underneath, cause all my homies got it out the street. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting the mall with my whole team. Now a homie can't answer calls cause I'm ballin'. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich, I got 'em salty.